Energy containing nutrients. These are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Whenever there is the breakdown in the biological system of these energy rich compounds or nutrients, the energy depleted end products are produced. The energy depleted end products include carbon dioxide, water, and ammonia. During this breakdown, uh, energy is utilized. ADP plus ADP plus NADH positive, NADP positive, FAD. It is converted into high energy compounds, that is ATP, NADH, NADPH, FADH2. So this is called as catabolism, breakdown of compounds, during which the energy is released. Energy is produced in the form of ATP, NADPH, NADH or FADH2, and energy less or energy depleted compounds, carbon dioxide, water, and ammonia is released. The opposite of this catabolism is called as anabolism. What happens in this anabolism? Precursor molecules like amino acids for the protein, sugars, fatty acids, and nitrogenous bases. These are combined or joined by the process anabolism, and cellular macromolecules like proteins, polysaccharides, lipids, and nucleic acids are formed. In the anabolism, high energy compounds like ATP, NADH, NADPH, FADH2, these high energy compounds are used. By the breakdown of these high energy compounds, energy is released. Energy is released in this reaction. So the negative value will be in positive. So these are two processes opposite of each other, catabolism and anabolism. Catabolism is the breakdown of high molecules into the low energy smaller molecules, while the anabolism, smaller precursors are combined to form the macromolecules. During catabolism, energy is utilized and high energy molecules are produced. Utilization of energy means this is positive reaction. Then in anabolism, high energy molecules are broken down, the value will be in negative, energy is released. Now we will discuss these phosphate containing compounds one by one. Pyrophosphates. The energy bonds in the pyrophosphates are acid and hydrides bonds. These bonds are formed by the condensation of acidic groups, mainly phosphoric acid or its derivative. The example of pyrophosphates is ATP. This is the most important, you can say, the molecule in the biological system. So the example of pyrophosphate is ATP. It has two high energy diphosphate bonds, phospho and hydride bonds. The second class of enol phosphate. The second class of phosphate groups is enol phosphate. The first one was pyrophosphate. The second high energy compound is enol phosphate. We are discussing the high energy compounds in the biological system. The significance of these high energy compounds is that it will give the energy in the form of free energy for the utility to do the works or the tasks. The first class was of energy rich compound was the pyrophosphate. The second class is enol phosphate. The bond present here is enol phosphate bond, as the name indicates. It is formed when the phosphate group attaches to hydroxyl group, which is bounded to the carbon atom having double bond. Example of this enol phosphate is phosphoenol pyruvate. Phosphoenol pyruvate. The structure of this phosphoenol pyruvate is shown, and the picture here you can see the phosphate bond. By the breakdown of this bond, phosphate group is released and given to the other compound by producing lot of energy for the biological system. Energy producing reactions value will be in negative sign. The third class of energy rich compound is acyl phosphates. An example for the acyl phosphate is 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. The high energy bond in this compound is formed by the reaction between carboxylic acid group and the phosphate group. Here in the picture, you can see this phosphate group OPO3. By the breakdown of this compound, a lot of energy is released used by the biological system. Then the fourth one class of energy rich compound is thiol phosphate. These are high energy phosphate bond present here in this. Instead, high energy thioester bond is present. Instead of phosphate, thioester is present as denoted or shown by the red color in the picture. Here is the thioester bond, which is responsible for the release of energy. Thioester bond results from the reaction between thiol and carboxylic acid group. The example of thiol phosphate is acetyl-CoA, and other important compound of biological system. Then there is guanidophosphate. This is the fifth one class of phosphate groups. These are also known as phosphagens. The bond is known as guanidine phosphate bond. It is formed by the attachment of phosphate group to the guanidine group. The most important compound with this bond is phosphocreatinine, shown in the picture. These were about the 5 classes. So I'm just summarizing for your refreshment. We are discussing bioenergetics, under which we have discussed the free energy. What is free energy? Then free energy change, delta G. Now we are different terminology we have also discussed, enthalpy, entropy, and we have taken up the concept of free energy, standard free energy, energy changes. Why we are discussing this energy? Because our body is working by the utilization of this energy. Now, to understand this free energy setup, we are discussing the energy rich compounds. We have said 5 basic classes of energy rich compounds are here, containing the phosphate groups. Now, the typically table is showing the types of high energy compounds. The class pyrophosphate, having the 2 phosphate groups. Example is ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and pyrophosphate. Second class we have discussed is acyl phosphate. Acyl phosphate as bond C double bond OO phosphate group is attached here. By the breakdown of this phosphate, energy is produced. The example of acyl phosphate is 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, and the second example is carbamyl phosphate. The third one group of high energy compound is enol phosphate. Bond shown here, representing the phosphate group, and the example is PEP, PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate. The fourth one class is thiol esters or thioesters. Structure is shown here in the table, and the typical example of thiol ester is acetyl-CoA or acyl-CoA. Then the last and fourth one class of phosphate group is guanidophosphates. Guanidophosphate, the example of this is phosphocreatinine and phosphoarginine. So this was about the classification of phosphate group, their typical examples. Now we are saying again and again high energy compounds, energy rich compounds, high energy compounds, energy rich compounds. So how much energy is produced by each compound? This table is shown. If we talk about the phosphoenol pyruvate, it gives negative 14.8 kilocalories per mole energy, very, very high energy, even double, more than double of that of ATP. The second one is carbamyl phosphate. It gives negative 12.3 kilocalories per mole of energy upon breakdown to the biological system. Cyclic AMP upon breakdown gives negative 12 kilocalories per mole energy. Similarly, 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate 11.8, phosphocreatinine 10.3, acetyl phosphate 10.3, pyrophosphate 8, acetyl-CoA 7.7, and ATP is giving 7.3. As you people understand and we have discussed, negative sign only shows that the energy is released. It doesn't mean negative value. Value is 7.3. Negative sign only shows that the energy is released by the system. A lot of energy is produced. So we have discussed overall the 5 classes of energy-rich phosphate compounds, but the most important one phosphate compound is adenosine triphosphate, ATP. This is the most important phosphate compound of biological system used for the production of energy. So we will see this adenosine triphosphate in little bit detail. It is represented by the ATP, and it is basically energy currency of the cell, the most important high energy molecule in the living cell. Uh, it means that most of the biological system of animals or humans or living system uses ATP as energy source. ATP is broken down and energy is produced in the form of free energy for the utility. So this is the most important compound of biological system for energy production. That is why we are saying that this is the energy currency of biological system. It consists of various bases, adenine, ribose, and triphosphate. ATP is a high energy compound due to the presence of two phospho and hydride bond in the triphosphate unit as depicted in the picture in the yellow color. You can see in yellow color there are 3 phosphates present. Phosphate 1 attached with the double bond with the O, phosphate 2 similarly attached with the oxygen with the double bond, 3 attached with oxygen with the double bond. So this ATP is high energy compound. Why? Because it has 3 phosphates. It has 3 phosphate bonds to be broken down to release the energy. Upon breakdown of one phosphate bond, negative 7.3 kilocalories is produced. Negative 7.3 kilocalorie energy is produced. That is why we are saying this, that this is the most important energy currency of the biological system. Lot of energy is produced. When it will give a breakdown of a phosphate bond will be here, it will give one phosphate group, it will convert into ADP, adenine diphosphate. But what is the importance of this conversion of ATP into ADP? Biological system is having great energy, lot of energy for working. This is again the structure of the ATP. You can see 3 phosphate groups attached to the oxygen with the double bond. The most important structure. Now, how this ATP is synthesized in the biological system, we will just see little bit detail. There are basically 2 mechanisms of ATP synthesis: oxidative phosphorylation and substrate level phosphorylation. The important one is basically oxidative phosphorylation. It is the major source of ATP in the aerobic organism. In aerobic organisms, the major source of ATP formation is oxidative phosphorylation. It is linked with the mitochondrial electron transport chain. The most important thing is to remember is in organisms which are aerobic in nature, this type of substrate, this type of phosphorylation, that is the oxidative phosphorylation is used. Substrate level parts in phosphorylation, ATP can be directly synthesized during substrate oxidation in the metabolism. High energy compound like phosphoenol pyruvate, 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, intermediates of glycolysis, and succinyl-CoA of citric acid cycle can transfer high energy phosphate to finally produced ATP. This is basically substrate level phosphorylation. So I'm again summarizing again and again. We are discussing for your concept. We are discussing free energy, standard free energy chain, and how this energy is produced in the body. free energy, standard free energy, and energy rich compounds. We have discussed 5 classes of energy rich compounds, and we are saying the energy currency of the biological system is ATP. So we will discuss the biological significance of ATP. Here in these slides under the biological significance of ATP, its significance is highlighted with the red color if you focus on these slides. The hydrolysis of ATP is associated with the release of large amount of energy. This is our basic point which we are discussing under this topic. Whenever there is the breakdown of ATP, lot of energy, that is 7.3 kilocalories per mole will be produced, and ATP, adenosine triphosphate, will be converted into ADP, adenosine diphosphate. The energy liberated is utilized for the various processes like muscle contraction, active transport, for motility, for talk and walk. Every work is done by this energy. So the first one significance is it liberates energy for the utility. The second one in significance of this ATP, it also acts as a donor of high energy phosphate to the other low energy compounds. The first importance was it liberates energy for the utilization. The second, the compounds which are low in energy, it passes its phosphate group to those compounds and converting those low energy compounds into high energy compounds. ADP can accept, like this is the example of second significance, ADP, adenosine diphosphate. It is a low energy compound. It can accept phosphate group from ATP and convert it into high energy compound. ADP can accept high energy phosphate from the compounds possessing higher free energy content from ATP. The third significance, synthesis of nucleoside triphosphate. The first significance was utility of energy. It gives energy, donor of high energy phosphate to the other compounds. The third one significance, synthesis of nucleoside triphosphates. Various nucleosides are there, like U representing uridine, G representing guanidine, C representing cytosine. So uridine diphosphate is converted into UTP, uridine triphosphate. Guanidine diphosphate, GDP, is converted into guanidine triphosphate, GTP, and CDP can be converted into CTP triphosphate. ATP is giving one of its phosphate to these nucleoside bases. With the help of this phosphate, these diphosphate bases are converted into triphosphate bases. This is also the importance of the biological significance of ATP. Now the cyclic AMP formed from this ATP, the fourth one significance. The cyclic phosphodiester, cyclic AMP, is formed from ATP in the reaction catalyzed by the adenyl cyclase. Cyclic AMP, which is a second messenger, participates in the different regulatory function of the cell. So cyclic AMP is also produced by this ATP. These 4 points were important about the significance of ATP. So this was about the lecture number 2. We have discussed free energy concept, change in the free energy, then energy rich compounds, 5 classes, their energy produced, and the most important energy rich compound ATP we have discussed is biological significance. So in lecture 2, 3 topics are covered: free energy or standard free energy. Number 2, biologically rich energy rich compounds. Number 3, significance of ATP. We have discussed free energy, classification or classes of high energy compounds or energy rich compounds, and then we have discussed the biological significance of ATP. I hope you people have understand these topics very well. Inshallah, we will see the next topic in our coming lecture. Thank you so much.